everyone, welcome back to Homestead in a Box. My name is Leah and I am super grateful to have you here today. In today's video, first off, it's 86 degrees, not even 86 yet, July 20th in Oklahoma, 2023. Write it down, okay? I write down the weather every single day and I have documented the weather for the last 3 years. And going back and comparing the temperatures from this year to last year, it is a godsend. We have meat birds coming in August and I've got grass still, so I am super excited about it. I mean, last year we hardly had any grass when we ran meat birds, and the amount of grain that we had to supplement was a little bit more than what we had originally done the year before. However, this year I have a lot of grass and I'm super grateful for it. But anyway, back into today's video. I have a lot of things I need to do today. I need to harvest my carrots out of my garden. I need to pull some dead sunflowers out that just got too big and womped over. And really it's 86 with cloud coverage, so anything I can find to plant in my soil today, I'm going to do that. I need to cover up some of my baby plants with some netting because honestly, y'all, I'm about ready to strike a match with this garden when it comes to squash bugs and aphids and cucumber beetles and all of the things right now, okay? So I believe that this day was sent to me to just be a day to spend in my garden and to take care of some things that I need to take care of. If you're in Oklahoma and you're growing squash or something like that, you're not spraying anything harmful on your plants that harm your pollinators or your soil, you're probably battling squash bugs right now, and you're probably battling them pretty good. No matter how many times I come out and pick, I mean, it's 103 degrees some days. Like, who wants to come out and pick squash bugs? Like, it's not always fun, y'all. It's just not. So anyway, if you're battling those right now and you're like, man, they're just taking over my plants, what do I do? Try to find a solution, okay? Some peppermint castile soap, something along those lines. Help keep them at bay, but plant some more seeds, okay? Yeah, it's July 20th. I'm telling you to plant some more seeds. Do that. And so today, like I said, there's some things that I want to get some more things planted of, and some of my babies that are sprouting that I'm actually going to put some netting over. I purchased some netting back for my cabbage at the beginning of the season, and I'm going to utilize that netting today over some of my winter squashes that I planted a few weeks ago. But anyway, I'm going to show you. Let's go get started so I can get started. All right, so I got the carrots harvested, did a little bit of okra, and now I'm cultivating another row. I'm gonna do kind of like a wider row, and I'm gonna be planting some zinnias here in this row. I ordered some zinnias. You still have plenty of time to plant most of your flowers. A lot of flowers. Always do a Google search on what you're growing to see how many days it takes from seed to harvest, but I know zinnias are anywhere between, depending on the variety, between 60 and 75 days. And I still have that before my first estimated frost. And who doesn't like a little bit of beautiful pop of color in the beginning of fall? So that is what I am fixing to plant here. And then once I'm finished with this, we're going to go check out this. Y'all, I think it's like at least 15 foot tall. But we're going to go find out how tall the sunflower is. I've been wanting to see how tall that sunflower was for a while. And quite frankly honest, I'm way too scared to go to the very top. I am here by myself. And if I was to fall, nobody would see it because nobody would be here to get my camera. So I went as high as I felt safe to go. And the sunflower is still higher. That was a 12-foot ladder I was on. So look, y'all, I am so excited. It's the tallest sunflower I've ever seen in my life. Like, I've seen tall pictures of tall sunflowers and things like that. But I am in the second half of the garden. I've already came in and weeded it. I spared y'all that. But I am fixing to be taking some things out, some of these sunflowers that are dead and dying, and I'm going to replace those with some food, and then I'm still going to be covering my new seedlings. I can tell where things have been on there starting to eat them with some nettings. Alright, so you see these sunflowers kind of hanging over like this right here. We're just going to go ahead and take these out. That one back there looks okay. They're kind of shading over a lot of my herbs. There's definitely some weeds in here. I need to get in and reorganize my little herb area. I'm going to take some things out, add some more things in. But I definitely need to come in and take these sunflowers out. Over here, look at these. We've definitely got something eating them. Okay, not really for sure what it is. I'm going to come in today and do a little bit more of an inspection. However, y'all, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes it's okay to sacrifice a plant. Like, I'm going to let whatever it is in here have these two plants while I'm trying to keep it away from these, because they're still putting out really well. You can see here the babies that are still coming on. This tomato plant has a lot of life in it. You can see, like I said, where they're still putting on new green. So it's making me feel a little better about not actually getting a fall crop replanted. Even these here, these pear, not a huge fan of these really, but they are very prolific, continuously putting off. Look how tiny those are. And then I've got a green giant. They are all the way up. They're still putting off. Pretty excited about those. And then when I come down here, this is where I planted some of my winter squashes. And I believe it's just probably crickets and or grasshoppers. But I have some netting, so I'm going to cover these here up with netting. I'm obviously going to get all these weeds out of here. Y'all, I'm swimming in basil. I tell you, I'm just swimming in it. I have so much basil. Grab this cucumber. Yes, I've struggled with cucumbers this year, man. Real odd. Last year, they were super prolific and grew them everywhere. I mean, they were all over the place. Okay, so you can see here where those zucchinis finally died off from the squash bugs getting them. You can see where they're trying to take over one of my cucumbers. I'm going to come in today and spray everything. I'm going to spray everything. But here's my new baby zucchinis here. So I'm going to cover those up. All these sunflowers are pretty much goners, so I'm going to be pulling them out. My watermelons didn't do very good, so I'm going to show you all those too. Okay, so for me, I would rather take these out because they're dead and replace it with food. These are really heavy. I think these are the Mammoth Russians, and look at all of these sunflowers. Hold on, sunflower seeds. I'm probably going to regret that later, but can you see all of these? Isn't that crazy? It's wild. It's so beautiful. I love it. So I'm just going to toss these over the fence. I'll go back and get the things off of them. Saving seeds from sunflowers is really easy. I'm knocking off any dirt because I'm always trying to save soil. Blossom end rot here on my watermelon, which it is what it is at this point, y'all. My watermelon was kind of down here and it was shaded by the sunflower, so Not very good placement on my part, but know better, do better. So we're gonna do better next time. We're just gonna weed everything, get all the grass out of here. And really, these sunflowers are so big because they took up a lot of my nutrients, which is why I think my watermelon didn't get very big. So, it's all trial and error. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Ooh. That's the root system. It's a beast. Goodness. Okay. Whew. All right, I got one watermelon. It's like that sometimes. Okay, so I have all those pulled out. I'm gonna go in and replace those with some spaghetti squash, butternut squash, things like that. Trying to think ahead for the winter. Last year I planted a couple of my winter squashes too late. And when I say winter squash, please don't get it confused. It does not grow through the winter, it stores through the winter. So butternut squash, spaghetti squash, those are the two varieties I'm mainly focusing on. People grow acorn squash, things like that. They're a lot like pumpkins. They have a long storage life if you store them properly. So my winter squash last year, I planted a little too late. I already have some going like I showed y'all earlier. And so I am gonna plant a couple extra down here at the end. Just to maybe ensure. I'm also going to plant another cucumber down here. And really in this space, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another YouTube video about how I'm going to maximize it and turn this small space down here into somewhat of a square foot gardening bed. That way, if you don't have a lot of space and it's July 20th now, like you can still plant things and get a harvest before the first frost is estimated here. And so, I mean, if you just have a small space, I want to show the people who are working with smaller spaces that it's possible. So I'll probably turn that into another YouTube video. I'm probably going to end this one here and get off of here and finish wrapping up my garden. I've got a podcast in my ear. I'm really just thoroughly enjoying myself out here in my garden today. The weather's nice. I'm just blessed. I'm sitting here looking at just all the tomatoes that are still growing, y'all. It's July. Last year in July, it wasn't anything like this. I was covering up tomatoes with sheets to give them some shade and 3 waterings a day, and y'all, I'm just super grateful for this one. But anyway, as always, I'm sending you good vibes. Send some good vibes to somebody that you know. It's humid. It might only be in the 80s, but it's humid. I am sweating. Thank you all so much for being here. Send some good vibes to somebody that you know, and I will see you all next time.